Hello and welcome back to Fan Behavior,
YouTube
a
channel?
YouTube channel. I'm Zoe. I'm here with Hannah.
Hey,
You're obviously watching this on YouTube because it's the only place it's available, and you're clearly looking at a very blank wall.
we are under
We're under
construction.
construction currently. Not literally, nothing's being torn down,
No, but things are en
but
route.
yeah, things are happening here on the off season. I know that we mentioned that we were not going to be doing a episode this week, and we're not.
But
But we had our initial plan for a podcast episode was to break down the Secret Santa gift exchange, and it didn't come out until Monday. I don't know when people are listening to this, but it came out too late for us to do a full-on episode. But we felt like, you know what, let's squeeze in a little video for YouTube ranking the F1 driver Secret Santa gifts from we're gonna do worst to best.
Yeah.
Now, a few things that I want to go over before we get into the ranking. It's a subjective ranking.
yeah, there is a rubric, but it is subjective.
Yes. So what we're basing this ranking off of are a couple different things. First point is, how is this gift being received?
Mhm.
It may not be may not seem to be the best gift ever, but if the person who's receiving the gift is so jazzed about it, that's going to bump it up the list.
Yeah, like the video when that kid gets an avocado and he's
Yes,
just like
or
elated.
a great example of this was last year, Yuki with Lando giving him the Pierre and Yuki
Yeah.
photo. Like, honestly, that may have been number one last year,
Sure.
simply because of Yuki's reaction to the
Yeah,
gift.
10
He
out
was
of 10.
so touched.
Yeah, and it's like in a significant, like it is out somewhere
Right.
in a significant way.
Right. So that's important. How does the driver receive the gift? Because beauty's in the eye of the beholder,
Absolutely.
and that's what's most important. The next piece of it is it creative? Is it clever? Is there some inside joke or message behind the gift, whether it's a driver on driver like inside joke, or it's something that we all know the driver is interested in, like a hobby that they like? Did they take some time to actually be like, what does this person enjoy?
Yeah.
That's important.
Very.
And does it show that the driver is like paying attention and didn't just send their whoever out to go get something, or they were lazy and just did something very last minute?
Mhm.
Those are all important things.
They are.
So anything else to add before we jump in? We have to, also mention, obviously only 19 drivers participate.
Right.
I don't know why Lewis doesn't participate. Do you have any?
I don't have any insight or like ideas to why.
Yeah.
It does track that he doesn't participate, sort of.
It does and it doesn't.
Yeah, agreed.
Like,
it's sort of not surprising, but then it's also just like, but why is it the one thing you don't want to participate in?
Right. Because like Lewis will go to the dinner and hang out with all the drivers, but then he doesn't want to do this.
And like takes, photos of Charles. Yeah, it's
he's
interesting.
involved
Like,
in some ways.
If next year he participate, like, or is he evolving?
Yeah,
I don't know. It is a little bit weird, but also there's oftentimes a lot of just like garbage gifts given around, and so I could see why he would just want to not.
He's just like, I'm not going to be involved.
He also feels like a really thoughtful gift giver, and I could see him really only wanting to give gifts to a specific, like a handful of people.
Yeah,
but they could rig it.
Yeah,
I
don't know. It is interesting, but we have to mention that because we're only going to be doing 19 drivers. Okay, let's just jump right in,
please.
All right. At 19, at the bottom of the list, we have Mr. Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah.
Who gave George some sort of Santa slinky toy thing.
Like from maybe a vending machine.
I was literally going to say it seemed like he was like walking by like an arcade and saw a vending machine and was like, oh, there's some Christmas toys in there. Let me grab one.
Yeah, I don't know. George, the last couple years, has really gotten the shaft
with it last year.
Got that like drum thing, when you move it back and forth between your hands, it has like there's like a ball, it's like two strings.
Who gave it to him?
Ball. I think Esteban.
Okay.
It was so rare. I think it's like it might be from like Brazil or something.
Because that was to honor his first win.
Okay, he didn't understand that. I don't think.
I think he
get it
told,
eventually.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
because again, if we're going based on reaction, it wasn't okay. That is much better.
Yeah.
I forgot about that piece. So that's fine. Feel like there was whatever. That's a nice gift. I feel like there's other ways to mark that, but I love Kevin. This was a terrible, like it seems like something that maybe Laura got and he forgot about Secret Santa. And so he gave the creepy Santa, like, it was like a wind up toy, right?
And that's the other thing. I feel like the big question has always been like, is there some sort of budget that they have to stay in? Because it does seem at some points it seems like they put in no money at all, but then
Right.
other people put in quite a bit of money. So
Yeah.
I'm like, is there some sort
Well,
of
there's
budget?
certainly not a minimum. There might be like a
Max? Yeah.
But
I just feel like maybe going forward there needs to be a better like let's all stay under $25
Yeah.
because I feel like it's the classic. Some people are getting something quite nice or
Yeah.
useful, and then other people are getting. And this is the problem with this with the Santa Slinky thing is there's nothing. It's not like I don't know. I can't think of an example of like something that George and Kevin like an inside joke
Right.
part of it, which would then make up for it being like cheap and
Yeah.
from a vending machine. And it's also not nice.
Right. And it's like, okay, we've talked about it. Like, George is someone that you could have your assistant or someone on your team go to his Instagram, find out something he's interested. I mean, even a scarf, you know, would have suited George better. I mean, literally, I don't know.
Some nice hair products.
Yeah, it's not hard to find a nice budget-friendly gift that's in line with someone's personality.
No. So unfortunately, Kevin's at the bottom. And
on all accounts, because
it just wasn't great.
George's reaction was sad. And then,
it wasn't great.
Yeah.
This pains me to say, but at number 18, we have Yuki.
Yeah.
Who gave Lance his 22 beanie merch, which I do like his 22 merch line. The shirts, the beanie, I think it's great. But we've said before, we do not like it when drivers give other drivers their merch as a Secret Santa gift.
Yeah. It's like if you want to give them a PR package or give it to them as a, hey, wear this or whatever, that's great.
Yeah. And Lance did seem to enjoy it. That's
did.
a positive. He did seem to like it. It looked nice.
Mm-hmm.
He did not know what Yuki's number was.
True.
Which was a little bit strange because, I mean, again, it's like you're driving in this series.
Yeah, it is one of those things so that you know, in his defense, which I do not do often. Yeah, it's just kind of like, well, he doesn't necessarily need to pay attention to the like. I know as people watching, I rolled my eyes at that as well, but I also do want to give the benefit of the doubt that like LeBron James probably doesn't know the number of all of his, you know, the people that he plays with.
Right.
And maybe he does. I don't, that's maybe a terrible example, but
yeah, I just think also it's like you are with these people for 20 plus weeks out of the year. You're walking by their garages that have their numbers, you know, plainly stated on their car. Yeah. It's just like, it's on their race suits. Like I probably, there might be a couple drivers whose numbers I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I know every single driver's number. And so I would expect a driver who's been in Formula One to know, but
I don't disagree with you.
It's okay. I see what you're saying, and it's nice of you to give him the benefit.
Yeah, because again, I don't do it often. I won't give him the benefit of the doubt on, unless I've been saying it wrong forever, is that he called Joe Zoo. Now is I don't know if that's a like. Maybe he calls it, maybe it's like a cute little nickname, and it's all.
There are some people who pronounce, because obviously we are sort of Americanizing Joe's name. And so there's some different pronunciations of Joe's name that people say, but most people say Joe.
And he might be saying it right. And we are using a different pronunciation. Right. So
yeah,
it just caught me off guard.
So yeah, unfortunately, Yuki's at the bottom this year. And you know, is what it is.
Yeah, it's fine. He can do better next year.
Number 17, also tough one to put down this low, but it's Alex Albon.
It's his fault.
Who gave Checo. This is a complex one.
It is complex.
He gave Checo Williams baby merch for Checo's new daughter. And he also gifted him some of his shoes, like lime green shoes. Now, on one hand, thoughtful to think of his new child.
Sure.
The shoes are, I don't love the color of those particular ones that Checo got, but I like the shoe. But again, we don't like it when drivers give their merch or team merch.
Yeah, team merch feels almost even worse. Yeah. Because I feel like, you know, I think the baby merch, like the baby clothes and stuff, it's cute. It's a nice idea. Cute. But like and it's kind of tongue in cheek to give Williams merch, okay, sure, but like you could have gotten Red Bull, you could have gotten generic. I don't know. It just feels kind of weird.
It feels,
We have another weird. Driver who we'll discuss later who also got merch for the child, and it was on theme, but not branded, and you know.
Yes. It just, again, and going back to the driver reaction, Checo did seem grateful, or he seemed pretty, you know, he wasn't making a thing about the Williams merch, but then he did mention that the shoes weren't his style. And okay, that's going to take a bit of a knock. I think Alex can do better. Like, I believe in Alex and I believe in his potential. And I do think he could really give an A+ gift.
And it's certainly not her responsibility, but Lily strikes me as someone who's like a really good gift giver. I don't really know why. But you know, they've got to consult.
Yeah, there's clearly there's clearly some that care and some that don't care. I'm not saying Alex doesn't care, but I just think he's like, well, I got it covered. Boom, boom, boom. You know, and he just moves on.
Yeah.
All right. Number 16 on our list is the man we just spoke about who received the gift, Checo, who gave Daniel his limited edition Patron tequila. Now, another complicated one.
It is.
Because Daniel says this gift is late.
Right, which I don't really know what that means.
I think it just meant like maybe the other guys got it like a couple days earlier. He was getting it like on a different weekend, or he was supposed to get it at one point, whatever. I don't know. So he, again, receivers.
Yeah.
He was already kind of like,
he was vocal about his disappointment.
He mentioned he gets alcohol frequently.
He did. Which maybe means people think it's a gift he wants.
Right.
But that's not how that works.
The way that he was saying it made it seem like,
stop giving me alcohol.
Or this is maybe a bit tired.
And also I have to imagine that it's pretty annoying to deal with when you leave the race weekend.
Yeah, because you can't
go in your carry-on
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you just drink the whole bottle of Patron before you leave, which doesn't
maybe
seem
he
like
did.
A great idea. Maybe he did.
It was in Abu Dhabi, right, when they got those gifts?
Well, not when Daniel got it.
Yeah, well, I guess it could have been that weekend, but maybe just like a Sunday instead of a Friday.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
hard to know.
Hard to know. So then he opens it. He sees it's Patron. He knows it's Checo pretty much right away. He flips it over. It's like Checo branded.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what his like exact reaction was, but kind of like, oh yes,
sure.
You know. But then he realizes it's limited edition.
Yeah.
Bumps it up.
Yeah.
And he says he'd drink it.
Sure. I'm not sure the limited edition should really give it like, but that's what Daniel does, you know?
He spins it.
He spins it and he tries to backpedal some of his earlier.
It's a good gift in the sense that like it is going to be something that will be used. You know, that's what I think about too when I go through these. It's like, will the person actually use this gift?
Yeah.
He will use that gift. Whether I think he stayed in Abu Dhabi a few days after to do the tire tests and stuff. So maybe like, you know, he shared it around.
Yeah.
Maybe he shared it with Checo. Someone did say, this is pretty funny, but someone said Checo should have given Daniel his Red Bull seat.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Anyway, so you know, it's the best of the
worst
of the personal of the their own drivers like branded stuff.
Yeah.
I feel.
I agree.
All right. Number 15, Charles Leclerc giving Joe a Bottas calendar.
I have so many thoughts on this
because is a complex one.
Well, it's not that complex. It's so dumb. He's on the same team as Valtteri. And if you have any brain cells, you have to assume that he already got one from Valtteri because they're teammates.
Yeah.
Which he did. And so I think Joe thought it was funny, but I think he was pretty disappointed that he got a gift. You know, anytime you get a gift twice, you're just like, you're so, well, not maybe, I don't know if he's grateful in this sense, but it's like, thank you for thinking of me. That was so thoughtful. Bummer, I already have it.
Right.
And for me, it's like, oh shit, I wish I didn't spend my own money.
This happened to me so vividly when I was a kid. I got 2 VHS tapes of Our Lips Are Sealed.
Sure.
Yeah. And I was like, oh damn, like why couldn't they give me like the other, like now I have 2 of the same when I could have gotten like one of Holiday in the Sun and Our Lips Are Sealed or whatever. And it is like they know me, but also
too many people know me.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't say Charles knows Joe by giving him the calendar.
No, it was a cop out.
It was a cop out.
He could have known that Joe probably already had one, or if he wanted one, could have asked the guy who made it.
Charles, he was going for humor. He was going for laughs.
And
I
laughed.
People remembered or put out that he had given a couple, I don't know if it was last year, he gave Max the F1 whatever year it was game.
Yes,
but he changed it to all his faces.
That was last year.
Funny.
That was funny.
And
Max obviously already owns that.
Right. And so I think he was trying to go for the same type of thing, but just didn't quite land.
But now the back and forth was very funny. And I said to Zoe before we started recording, so for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, please go watch after obviously you've watched this. But Joe wrote a note to Charles and sent it back to him. And then Charles was all like, he was being funny about it, but he was like, well, I'm very offended that he sent this back. I thought long and hard about, I wanted him to get to know his teammate better and this, that. And so then he put another note in it and went back to Joe. And now I think it should be put on auction to go to charity.
Totally. Going back and
one
forth,
of a kind.
Yeah. It is funny.
I do think it's also signed by Valtteri.
Right. So there's many signatures.
Priceless.
And that in some ways that does make it seem like it should go higher just for the lore.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Or maybe a giveaway.
I feel like 15 is a good, considering what we have coming and the gifts that we have. I think low, not a lot of thought going into the initial gift itself, but then what happened after was funny.
Yes.
But also it was kind of like, why did Joe send it back? Like, I feel like he should have just.
Was he also trying to be funny? Like, I already have it. To me, the bit was great.
Yeah, it was good.
The gift exchange itself was lacking, but the bit it caused was worth it for the
maybe
content.
He is. I don't know. People can let us know in the comments if they feel like this should be ranked
properly.
You do?
I do think it's ranked properly because the bit. You can't anticipate the bit when you do the gift.
Okay. So we're not judging based off of the bit.
No.
Okay.
I just want to give it credit.
Sure. Okay. Number 14. Again, pains me to put these people this low, but it's Daniel Ricciardo giving Oscar Piastri some sort of like candy chocolate assortment.
Yeah.
And
is that what this means?
It's more like this, like a basket and a koala t-shirt.
Yeah.
Now, I told you this before we started, like there was a teaser video that they put out of the drivers drawing out the people that they were supposed to get gifts for. And Daniel picks out Oscar and he says something to the effect of like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to get him. So you'd think it's like, oh, there's this joke thing. I'm going to get him. I thought it would have been funny, honestly. I don't think he probably had it, but I thought it could have been funny for him to give him like something from when he broke his wrist because he broke it avoiding Oscar. Right. So like that could have been kind of like, I don't think he ever had a cast. Maybe he did, but I don't think it was a hard cast ever. But like, it would have been funny if he had like signed it and like given him like something to that effect. I thought though that could be funny, but it was very much, it was giving someone who's not Australian, giving an Australian a gift.
Absolutely. And there was so much buildup. It does make me wonder if there is a silent gift, like a behind the scenes gift that was given that is something more comical.
Or does the shirt have more meaning than we're gathering?
If it does,
he's not revealing.
He's not sure. All he said was this person must know I'm Australian, which also made me think about the fact that don't they all? But Lando didn't know he had siblings. So I don't really know.
Lando knew he had siblings, not Oscar.
No, that's what I mean. Okay. Yeah, no, well, I would hope so. Although good point. Yeah, Lando did not know that Oscar, his teammate of half a year at the time, had siblings.
Right. But again,
I don't know what they know
Lance
about
doesn't know Yuki's number. There's lots of things these guys don't know.
Number and then family status feels very different to me. Like when you were, how often is he with Oscar for an extended amount of time to not know that he is siblings?
No, but I'm just saying there's a lot of things people don't.
Right. Don't maybe there are people who don't know Oscar's Australian.
Yes.
That would shock me.
That would be pretty
That's gross.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But, and then he revealed that someone told him like 5 minutes before, that's he knew it was Daniel before even opening
Daniel
the
told
gift.
him.
Was it Daniel?
Yeah, he pulled a Tom Holland. And gave a spoiler.
So anyway, Oscar's not someone who I feel like is going, even if it was like the best gift ever, I don't think he's going to be like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
But I feel like he has a very distinct, like when he's really touched by something, you can tell, even if he's not like a big reaction.
Right.
He wasn't touched.
He wasn't touched. And, but it's okay. And like, it was semi, again, thoughtful because of the Australian connection. Maybe there was some like Tim Tams or some sort of Australian snack in the
love a Tim Tam
in the thing. Anyway, in the assortment. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Number 13 is Lando Norris, who gave Logan a mini Miami Heat basketball hoop and ball.
Boring.
Yeah. Now, points for Miami because he knows that's Logan's team, I assume. Obviously, Logan's from Florida. Would be used. Obviously, we remember that Lando and Daniel played a lot of mini basketball back in the McLaren days, something to do to put in your driver room when you're like wasting some time. So definitely
didn't think about that.
Definitely usable.
Yes.
But uninspired.
Yeah, very uninspired. He honestly was probably using his own mini basketball hoop and went, "Oh, that's what I'll do."
Yeah. Now, again, points for the recognition of not just some generic hoop, that it was team branded.
Yes, if it was just a generic hoop, you'd be much lower on the list.
I think good, not great, is what I'm saying for Lando. And I feel like the 13 spot is the appropriate spot for him there.
I will say this did not go into our rubric, but it is also like when the driver can almost guess right away who gave it to them. I do like that. And there was no chance. I mean, Logan was just guessing because it's so generic,
Yeah, exactly. All right. Number 12, we have George Russell, who gave Esteban Spider-Man water bottle, travel kit, neck pillow. Now, this is the second year in a row that Esteban has received Spider-Man memorabilia.
I do also think it's the worst of the Spider-Man memorabilia. Yeah. Like I thought the book that Daniel got him last year was really nice.
That was a good thing. That was cool. It was almost artistic in a sense. It was giving a birthday gift you give to like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, not only a 10-year-old, but a 10-year-old that you got invited to the birthday party because the whole class got invited to the birthday party and you don't really know them that well, but you know they like Spider-Man because I wore a t-shirt once.
Yes. So thoughtful in the sense that like the Spider-Man thing, I think he probably will use the neck pillow, even though he's flying like
with a bed and
travel kit perhaps. I don't know.
I thought it was a lunchbox. When he thought I could put my toothbrush in here, I was like, yeah, or a sandwich. I don't know. I didn't realize it was like a travel kit.
And Esteban seemed relatively happy about it. Like he didn't seem, his reaction was very like, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else to say about that one.
No.
I thought it was good though.
It's fine.
Okay. Number 11, we have Esteban, who gave Nico a mug with like a tired emoji type of thing, like yawning face, which at first I'm like, what's this? But then Nico reveals that there's some sort of inside joke between the two of them.
He guessed the driver immediately.
Yes, with the emoji. And so then it's like, okay, is the gift itself like that great? Not really. No. Like I'm sure Nico has 1,000 mugs. He doesn't need like some.
It didn't go home with him.
No,
I feel sure.
No. But I do think that the inside joke element of it does again raise it to a higher number. And
I want to know the backstory.
And
yes, it's exactly really boring. Yeah, but I still want to know.
So I feel like it did its job because it was probably inexpensive, memorable. As you said, Nico guessed it right away. Not like most inspired, but good.
But fine, yeah.
But good. All right, now we're into the top 10. Number 10, we have Carlos, who gave Max a little mini arcade game. Part of me feels like, is he deserving of being in the points position, with this? Is it that inspired of a choice? Not an inside joke, not anything like that. But I do feel like Max is kind of a hard person to get a gift for because he kind of just likes one thing. And unless you're super close to him, you're not going to have like those little inside joke or things that you would know. Oh, I can get him this thing because we talked about this before. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't he say like the card said like you're like a fan of vintage games, like just like me.
Yes.
So that, I mean, I know it's still pretty generic, but
he obviously knows he's a gamer, and so and he enjoys playing games. So I thought, because given what he knows,
right,
the gift was good.
Totally.
Yeah. What I guess what I'm saying is he's not giving him like Esteban giving Nico the mug with the emoji. Like I'm not sure that they have those sorts of stories, but it was.
I'm sure Max it was beat every level.
It was clever
on the little
and
game.
Probably a nice thing to have like on a plane or
and it's like a cute
train.
Little, tchotchke for bookshelves.
Totally, totally. So I thought it was good.
Yeah,
like I thought that's something he will use. Exactly. All right, number 9. We alluded to this before, but it's Logan who gave Kevin a baby onesie and then like a road trip in the US book, which that part's a little okay. But he did guess it right away.
He did. And he did say that he likes road tripping in the US.
Yes. And I thought that the onesie was very nice.
Yeah,
that was because again, it was personalized, sort of like, but it was not branded.
Yeah.
And I thought there is something nice about a driver getting something for another driver's child.
Absolutely.
Like I think, that's a thoughtful gift. So good job, Logan.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
No, I thought it was really sweet. Generic with a touch of personalization.
Exactly. Which is like, I think the best
you could do when you're invited to the birthday party last minute.
Exactly. Okay. Number 8, Lance Stroll, who gave Fernando a captain's hat. Now, on its face, you're thinking captain's hat. But as Fernando mentioned, he recently purchased a boat.
Yeah. So now he has a $12 hat to wear on his $1 million+ boat.
And I know it's maybe not the most flashy or interesting, but I do feel like Lance knows a lot about Fernando because they're teammates. So it's a little bit of a cop out, but he clocked, okay, he's got the boat, get in the hat. It'll be funny.
He'll probably really wear the hat on the boat.
I think so too. It's humorous, but it's also, it shows that Lance like listens to Fernando and like,
I know his number. He knows he bought a boat.
Right. Exactly. And so for that, I think, I think it was good.
I'm sorry, that was gross.
That was funny. That was good. All right. Number 7, Nico giving Pierre the tripod.
Brilliant.
Now, initially, when the image came out of Pierre getting the tripod, I thought, could this be number 1?
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I do feel like the joke is worn away. Like
it definitely is, in our world on the internet and stuff. Like we've kind of moved past it. But I don't know if they gave it the same attention on the grid.
And like, but again, funny,
very,
very funny callback. That's what people in the biz call a callback.
Sharpay would be proud.
Yeah, exactly. And so I felt like that was pretty much the best gift you could have gotten.
Yeah.
Like that is the best gift.
Pierre thought it was funny. I'm really glad that of course they did, because you have to add the context, but love that F1 put in the clip of,
Yes.
I'm just glad that it's going to get another week of life.
Don't know why you wouldn't know this, but if you don't know, earlier in the season, Pierre was asked what's like an embarrassing nickname you have, and he said tripod, which is so embarrassing.
I'm sure he's not embarrassed by that at all.
And people are like, obviously he's totally overcompensating. Like,
sure,
like,
oh, I didn't even think that. I just thought he was making a joke because he's a child.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, it's like a little bit at this point we can be like, okay, a bit overdone, but we have to.
We love a callback.
Yes, exactly. Number 6 is Oscar, who gave Alex custom golf balls. Again, personalized.
Yes.
Included his own face.
Hilarious.
To make it obvious who gave him the gift. Something Alex will use.
Yes.
What else can you ask for?
That's all you can.
I feel like it was,
because he also
excellent.
Like, it seems silly, but I feel like he really thought about each photo that was going to go on the golf balls.
Yes,
I think that's nice.
Exactly. So good on you, Oscar. Number 5, and this one's really all about the driver reaction. Fernando giving Charlotte Claire a paddle racket.
He was elated to receive that.
He even made a comment like something about how people give funny gifts, but like, this is something I'm actually going to use. Yeah. Probably thinking of his own gift.
Yeah. Yeah. Thinking back to the crap that he gave Joe because Joe already has it.
It's a great gift. As if Charlotte doesn't have like 75 paddle rackets.
Right. But
he was really happy.
Yeah, it was like all custom. Well, I don't know what the branding was, but yeah, I think that the packaging was really nice and
he was very happy.
Yeah.
Charles also seems like somebody who's easy to give gifts to. He seems like he's pretty like he would react excitedly about pretty much anything he would get.
Like the avocado boy.
Like the avocado boy. Yeah. Like I'm sure as a kid he would get stuff and he'd be very, very happy. So again,
that was nice.
It's a thoughtful gift because obviously Fernando knows that he loves to play that. And then the reception of it elevated it to a higher number.
Truly, I don't know if you feel the same way, but there's truly nothing better than giving a gift and watching them react that way. It makes me feel so happy.
If it's good.
Yeah. Well, the way that Charles, right. That's what I mean. I don't want to watch someone open a gift the way, I don't know, George does. That would destroy my insides.
Totally. Yeah. Yes, there's nothing better than when you know you've nailed a gift for someone. You're like, this is it. This is a gift that they're just going to love.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
It is.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, Valtteri giving Carlos the chili Speedo, the chili sauce.
Also, am I mistaken? Was his number on the chili sauce?
Yes.
Okay,
it was.
That's fun.
Yes, it was. I don't know if it was like put on there after the fact or like if he purchased it with the number on it. Again, it's a Valtteri spin because this could knock it, the fact that it's something Valtteri would wear rather than something Carlos would wear. Like if Valtteri had given Carlos like board short style,
sure.
But
is he just trying to like we try to get people to watch Formula One even though they don't want to? Like, is it like that? Like
he's trying to get people to wear Speedos?
Yeah, because he's seen the light. He loves a Speedo and he wants to share that experience with other people. And he's taking down the barrier to entry literally by just giving him one. Now Carlos doesn't even have to go find one.
I literally cannot imagine Carlos ever wearing one.
He won't. He said so himself. But I don't know. I thought it was fun. And the rubber duck packaging. He also gets
points for that.
Now, I
chili theme.
He should have gotten him the rubber duck advent calendar, like I suggested.
Yeah,
which I keep getting ads for, probably because I keep bringing it up here,
talking about it. Yeah,
but I think it's a phenomenal advent calendar.
It was a good gift.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure Carlos is going to use the gift, but I think it made him laugh. I think he enjoyed it. I think it was like thoughtful. It was funny. There was personalization.
Yeah, maybe he'll use the like the hot sauce or whatever. Exactly. It's like stocking stuffers for friends.
Yeah, he's gonna regift. He's gonna regift.
We love a regift.
As Charlotte Claire did when he regifted the calendar that he probably received from Valtteri.
That was the other thing I was gonna say. He absolutely got that as a gift because it's signed by Valtteri, and then he just went, "Oh, give it to Joe." He probably doesn't have one.
Oh, Charles. I mean, is there anything more like Charlotte Claire than him not being a great gift giver?
No, it's so spot on.
It's so spot on. Again, it's not his love language.
No, and that's fine. He created a lovely bit for all of us to enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. We're in the top 3 now. So we're in the big leagues. Number 3, Pierre giving Lando. Well, his gift was delayed. Now, I thought it was nice of him to say, you know what, the gift is delayed, but I'm going to still give you something to open.
Stuffer.
In its place because I feel bad. And he gave him. So Lando had mentioned he was asked in some interview or something, what he would do if he wasn't in F1. He said he would be on OnlyFans. Obviously, he was joking.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I mean, I know he's joking, but like.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
That's hilarious. And so Pierre gave Lando so there are these little like disc things that you get in golf so that when you are playing golf and you playing with people, you can like put it down like to sort of show where your ball is. And I don't know like what the technical term of it is called, but it said only putts, only fans. So
funny
callback again. Something he's going to use.
Yeah. Pierre's always in on the social happenings, like the social media happenings.
He is. And then we find out that he also gave Lando like a golf club cover, personalized with his face on it. Again, funny. something he's going to use.
Yeah.
Knows that he loves golf. I mean, who doesn't? And again, if you like are, you have to. I mean, he played golf literally with him.
Yeah, right.
So, I thought it was a great gift.
I thought so too.
Like I feel like Lando enjoyed it. I mean, he's someone that I feel like is hard to give a gift to. Like he's not going to give you the reaction, unless he really feels it in his soul.
Right.
And I feel like he thought it was funny. Okay, top 2. Number 2 is Joe giving Yuki a Chinese cookbook and apron. Now, this one's big again on the receiver.
Yeah, I would love to give a gift to Yuki because he's so excited. He loves a present.
He loves to get and
just underneath eating.
He thinks everything is like so nice.
Yeah, it's just so excited.
Yeah, he was so happy. He was like, "This is so great. I love Chinese food. I'm gonna cook. Oh my God, this apron, like I can wear this."
I love that he called it a cooking book, which I just thought was so sweet because then in my mind I just started picturing the book doing the cooking.
Yes.
Which would be great. That's how it works.
And then he listed off his favorite Chinese dishes. And again, I've said this 1,000 times, but it's like, obviously it's a gift that touches on Yuki's hobby.
Yeah.
It incorporates Joe's culture and is, it's We Are the World.
Yeah. And Yuki will wear that apron to sleep.
Yes. He will actually, I feel like he'll actually use it, but I really think it's where it gets its number 2 rating because of Yuki's reaction.
Absolutely.
I think that really lifts it up. So I think at this point we now know if anyone gets Yuki next year, like it's gonna be the easiest gift of all because just give something that it's gonna touch his heart.
I think that when he gets a gift that is based on something that he likes.
Yes.
Which I know sounds so obvious, but in this setting, for him, it means so much that they know what he likes.
Okay.
Like the Lando giving him the Pierre, like it meant so much to him that someone else understood how important Pierre is to him.
Here's a good gift for someone who gets Yuki next year is get him a Jason Statham box set.
Oh my God.
Like all of his movies or like a Jason Statham poster, something Jason Statham
signed, or take him to I don't know if Jason's starring in anything anytime soon or if there's going to be a premiere of some kind. Excuse me.
She sneezed on it.
I'm so sorry. Remember when I cried at Jason Statham meeting Yuki?
Exactly.
You could just cut that video and send it to him for Christmas.
There's no sound.
But yeah, Jason Statham. Anything. Jason Statham anything. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Number 1. Max Verstappen giving Valtteri a book of butts.
Yeah.
Basically like artful book, but then also incorporated Bottas's pictures in the book.
Very
excellent
clever.
gift.
Excellent gift.
Excellent gift.
Yeah.
There's many layers to it. It was actually something that was like probably pretty interesting, like as a book, as an art piece, whatever. Again, touching on something Valtteri enjoys, or has taken up as a hobby, and
but art,
and making it personal and kind of funny, like all the things.
It was perfect, and it's like it'll work really. It's like still a nice like. It's easy to transport. You could take it home, use it as like a coffee table book or, decor, but also it's just, I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was funny. And I know that he didn't do it. Well, actually, I don't know that he didn't do it, but picturing him sitting at the kitchen table and like cutting out Bottas's pictures and like sticking them into the book. I know that's not probably what happened.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was. Although I guess that's probably, never mind. But not appropriate. I was really proud. And I will say, I'm sure he hasn't given great gifts in the past, but it doesn't totally shock me that he's a good gift giver.
Totally. I completely agree. I think he's very like observant. He's a very observant person. And I think he pays attention. And yeah, like it wouldn't shock me if that was like his top love language either. Like
for sure.
It wouldn't shock me if that was like the best, how he show people, because I feel like maybe words is a bit of a struggle for him, and I feel like a gift could be like a nice, like it's the words without having to say words.
Agreed.
Anyway, so that is our ranking.
Who would you want to receive a gift from?
Well, it's so hard because like, would they know me? You know, like, would they know who I am and everything? Okay. Let me look at this list. I mean, like, I would most want a gift from Daniel to say, like, I received a gift from Daniel. Is he going to give me the best gift?
It's hard to say.
Maybe.
But like, will it mean the most to you? Maybe because it's coming from Daniel.
Exactly. He could give me literally
dirt.
The dirt. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the dirt on his shoe, or like his used chewing gum, and I'd be like, "Thank you," and I'd
get a little shadow box for it,
shadow box, and I would keep it. Like, no, I'm like, I wouldn't like rummage through the trash. Let me just
of course,
say, but
it
like,
has to be gifted to you.
Yeah, but like, yeah, exactly. Like, I could get anything, and I would feel
like a little pedestal for it, and then like have a engraved little Daniel chewed this on.
Yeah,
whatever date.
Exactly. So it's a bit of an unfair question, because again, I would be
unfair to everybody else. It's a perfectly fair question for me to ask.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's unfair to everybody else. But who do I think would give the best gift? You know, I think I would want it from Pierre.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it would be funny.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say Max for like the one that would probably mean a lot. And then I'd be really curious to see what Charles comes up with.
Yeah, that would be funny. Just like, what is he?
Yeah. What the hell? And I would like make a real thing of it.
Yeah. That's a good one. But truthfully, I would accept a gift from anybody.
Absolutely. Even
anyone.
Dirt.
Yuki wants if Yuki wants to give me his hat, I would love that.
Of course.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Like Secret Santas are so hard because the stakes are so different for everyone involved. Like they feel so differently about the Secret Santa.
Exactly.
Like for some of them, they're really excited. For some of them, they feel like it's this burden and then they forget.
Exactly.
I also really do want to know how involved the drivers are in the actual selection of the gifts, because if we just made a ranking video and none of the guys actually bought these gifts, I know some of them did. Yes. And I know they're all involved, but it does make me wonder, like, I don't know, just who isn't involved.
Right. Well, we'll never know. We can only go off what we go off of.
Honestly, I don't want to totally see behind the curtain, but it just makes you wonder.
Totally.
Because I worry about the gifts that Checo's wife is receiving. I hope she isn't also getting Patron. Because
I don't think so.
I'm sure not.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Let's just run through the ranking one last time very quickly, just so everyone can know. So we got 19. Should I do top down or bottom top?
Bottom top.
Okay. 19, we have Kevin. 18 is Yuki. 17, Alex. 16, Checo. 15, Charles. 14, Daniel. 13, Lando. 12, George. 11, Esteban. 10, Carlos. 9, Logan. 8, Lance. 7, Nico. 6, Oscar. 5, Fernando. 4, Valtteri. 3, Pierre. 2, Joe. And number 1, Max. Max wins
everything.
The Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship, and the Secret Santa Ranking Championship.
Oh, congratulations, Max. It's been quite a year for you.
Your trophy's in the mail.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we part ways?
Have a lovely holiday season, everyone. Yes. I miss you all already. I miss you already.
Sorry we didn't have the episode, but hopefully this makes up for the lack of episode.
Yeah, really excited to,
we'll revamp this whole thing. And
I'm glad that the carpet's finally getting a shout out because I love this carpet. I think it's so fun.
It's very Scottish kilt. And yeah, as I said, on Instagram, we will be back early January. The exact date is still TBD, but it will be within the first half of the month. Let's just say that. So we will be back eventually. Won't have to wait too long. We'll be on social media in the meantime, should you miss us for any particular reason, though.
Yeah.
I think everyone needs a bit of a break.
We need a rest.
Everyone needs a rest.
Yeah.
So yes, enjoy your holidays and we will see you guys next year.
Oh my gosh. Love that joke. Enchante.